You really think you should be saying my name out loud in a place like this?
So it is you. Discretion. Right. I'm sorry. But it was your bright idea to meet here of all places. Not exactly the safest part of Prague to... You didn't mention that you were augmented in your description.
What difference does it make?
None, I suppose. And I don't mean to stare. It's just... It doesn't fit with your reputation.
My reputation, huh? Man's not always aware of what people say about him. What else have you heard?
People are wary of you. They say that you are everyone's enemy. Everyone's friend. They also say you are one of the few who has the courage to expose the Diwali for what they really are. I can help with that. But first, I need to know I can trust you.
What kind of trouble are you in, exactly?
You know exactly what kind of trouble I'm in. My husband, Lester, he... The operation, you've been digging into it. Come closer. Pretend you're kissing my neck.
Your husband runs a Diwali operation. I'm assuming there are people in here who know who he is. You don't think me kissing his wife might draw unwanted attention?
Flirting is one thing. They expect it. He cheats on me, I cheat on him. But his business is something else entirely. We must be discreet, darling. Please, I'll tell you whatever I can. Whatever you want. But not here. This isn't the time to ask questions. You understand, yes?
We should talk somewhere else.
I am leaving by train tonight. There is a secluded courtyard by the tracks. Shikashka. Go before me and I'll meet you there. I don't want anyone to see us walking out together.
You sure you'll be alright until then?
I've survived marriage to that man for this long. I think I can make it one more night. I'll be okay. I just need another drink to get my courage up and to loosen my tongue. We'll see each other soon. I promise.
I've done a lot of travel, and one thing I've learned is tourists always want to see a city's red light district. I wish I knew they let your kind in here. I wouldn't have given them my business.
What can I get you?
You want to drink? See the bartender. You want anything else? You know what to do.
The goal of the legislation is to ensure that they are as safe from us as we are from them.
Feel that rhythm. I started dancing around the pole. Does it show?
Jsi tady novej? Mohla bych ti ukázat ty nejkrásnější místa.
I can recognize a former police officer from a mile away. Once they learn the walk, they never forget. Try to keep your hands up.
I don't figure you for one of the men who work in the private rooms. Augmented
God,
prostitutes
you must be
over there,
terrified
people
about
like
the vote.
you over here.
Once it passes,
It's
you're
true
screwed.
what they say. Humans are defined by sex and violence.
Leave me alone.
Best club in Prague, friend. But I'm busy. Been waiting all day for this.
You looking for something? Like a fight? Uyobok?
You're drooling all over yourself. I can tell by the tears look in your eyes. Why don't you have another drink? My eyes are up here, handsome. Of course, you're not here for the eyes. But I really am paying my way through university.
You...
That's the only thing missing to make it through this shift.
Talari, there?
What is it, Adam? Any word on what happened to Vince?
I just spoke to his contact. A woman he was supposed to meet to get info on some Diwali op. Problem is, he never showed up.
I have a really bad feeling about this. Do whatever you can, Adam, to pick up his trail. Let's hope he's all right.
I just came from the Udalek complex, Felice. Golem City. Those people haven't been relocated. They've been detained. And they're running out of supplies, of space, of hope.
I told you, we cannot control how the government handles Utalek. I was not even permitted to recruit there. If I did, I'd fill my quota in 30 minutes.
Shipping everyone to Rabia doesn't mean things would go differently. Augs are being dehumanized. You don't fix that with eco-friendly architecture.
There are two problems with Utalek. A construction problem and an ideological one. Mr. Brown learned from past mistakes, and now we have checks and balances in place to screen out the undesirable elements.
Checks and balances? What I saw in Golem City goes deeper than security screening.
Really? Then what do you think the problems are?
The real problem is a militarized police force who see the people they're supposed to protect as threats. There's no common ground, no oversight, no accountability.
Rabia will be policed by Santo's own security services. They are augmented like us, and since Rabia is a corporate state, they have a vested interest in the city. It is part of the new city vision.
Corporate security answers to the corporation. It's in the name. If the new city vision starts eating into Santo's bottom line, how long before they're pulled out?
Mr. Brown, Santo has invested too much into Rabia for it to fail. It has to succeed. Not just for the augmented, but for the future.
I hope it pays off.
And there it is. It's very strange. It's very strange. I knew I have Rabia somewhere within my list of 3 suspects. I mean, and now the 4th being VersaLife, or VersaLife being the main. But I was curious between Rabia and the Machine God. What do they play with regards to everything that's going on? Obviously, you have a guy who's trying to make things better for everyone by creating a new utopia type complex or neighborhood that's managed by the corporation that he's in charge of. Then you have the machine gods who they want to build their own place, believing that some force for the augments will be able to save them and find a place for themselves. So what do these 2 stories have to do with whatever is going on between the other 3 main players? Because in all honesty, the police force really isn't a player. In all honesty, I would say the police force, even though they seem like a player, they're more like the de facto default force within this world. No matter where you go, the players, the main players, are VersaLife, the Ark, and the Aug Liberations. You could say it was under Tucker or Golem with Juggernaut or Janus, however you want to call it. Those are the 3 players, and then you have people like Jensen, Interpol, and Sarif. So I knew Sarif was never the real player. I knew Interpol had something to do with it and consider a main player. But then I thought to myself, well, okay, so I got it right that Interpol is probably one of the main players. But then I forgot that VersaLife was part of the game. So that knocked Interpol from out of the 3 main suspects and put VersaLife as the 3rd. And now Interpol is just like the police force right now, being used. So it's VersaLife, it's Ark, and it's whatever is going on with Juggernaut and Janus. Those are the 3 main players. And then the sub players are this machine god, what's going on with Rabia, and that's it. I was thinking, the thing is, everything that Sarif is doing and Interpol is doing, there's no individual other than words and text to identify that they've been making productive moves. About the only thing that came from Sarif is a conversation that Adam have with one of the heads from the Sarif office, and then Interpol's making moves in the back with the TF-29. So the 3 main players are Ark, VersaLife, and whatever is going on. I mean, Ark is basically like Juggernaut. I see. I'm thinking backwards. Ark is Juggernaut, or people trying to liberate the augmentations. So Ark is kind of trying to liberate augmentations, but not really. But they're associated with what Janus and what Juggernaut is trying to do. So they're one of the main players. Ark, Juggernaut, they're all for Args. So they're one of the main players. Then there's VersaLife, which is the main player. And then there's Interpol. That's how it is. That's how I see it. Yeah, so it's very difficult to lock these things down and to categorize them and organize them. You really have to shift things around to see what's going on in your head, what's going on in the story. Because then there's Juggernaut, and then there's VersaLife, and then there's Seraph, and then there's Ark, and then there's Rabia, and then there's the Machine God, and then there's the TF-29, and then there's the police force, and then there's the Volley. There's so many things going on in this game. But if you organize them in step process, you'll be able to lock down at least 3 main players and 2 sub players. Originally I had Interpol in there. And probably I'm still right. The thing is, I'm fighting against it. Because Deval is involved, I'm fighting against it. Because VersaLife is involved now, I'm fighting against it. But I'm probably still right. It's probably still, Interpol is probably still one of the main players. And of course, Ark is one of the main players in association with Janus, who is also probably associated with Juggernaut, because they're for Augs. So that's that. And then there's VersaLife, which is the third. So I didn't have VersaLife as the third before. I had VersaLife as, you know, the fourth. I had Interpol as 1. Then, you know, Janus is 2, and then Ark is 3. But then common sense told me, well, not really common sense, logic based on information told me that Juggernaut is doing the same thing Ark is doing. They're extremist type, and Janus is kind of the same, so they all linked together. And since Ark is kind of associated with VersaLife, working for them silently, it's all connected together. So now I finally got my 3 main suspects and my 2 subs. I said it in the last video, but I have to say it again. VersaLife, Ark, and Interpol. I had Janus before, VersaLife, Janus, and Ark. But for some reason, I don't know what it is, I have this strange feeling that Juggernaut and Janus are associated with Ark, and Ark is associated with VersaLife. That's why I still have Interpol as one of the top 3, because there's something going on that's not being revealed yet, and it's too neat, it's too clean. And then there's the 2 sub players, which is the Machine God and Rabia. So this guy who's in charge of Rabia, Santo, who is he? What's he up to? What's going on with that? It's strange to have this guy who wants to set up a new type of living quarters for people who are suffering, and what's going on with Ark and what's going on with Juggernaut. He cannot be not aware of what's happening here, and that his efforts would be intervene. That seems too strange. And he failed before, so he's trying again. That also seems too strange. He's a player, but which one is he?
I have a permit. It's not like they did not see me working here all day.
And now they're bullying her. A better future for her.
Like I am not a citizen here.
They want to bother someone because they don't got nothing to do. They don't like that she's trying to make things better for Augs.
Well, look at this. We have a real shiny one here. What you got hiding in those arms, Clank?
This should cover the basics.
Keep your hands where you can keep them. 847? Kurva. What the fuck are you? Some kind of a super soldier?
What I am is in a hurry.
Yes. Yes, I bet you are. Go ahead, you're clear. Look, madam. Nothing more for state right here. That you are currently restricted to the Prikashka district. I'm sorry, but I can't let you do it. Breaking curfew for your deeds.
Fuck this! I'm taking you in!
Hands behind your head.
Why did you dig this street?
And Rucker's murder, you're damn right.
Just a little farther. I want to make sure I wasn't followed. I think it is safe for us to talk here. Finally, together we can make Vlasta pay.
Vlasta, your husband. What's this about exactly? You said you have information.
Smuggling. Weapons. Drugs. Whores. You name it, darling. All of it is heading east. I have the address of the locker where everything is stored. And I have the code to get in. You will see for yourself. And then you will do what you think is best.
You want me to shut down your husband's smuggling operation? Why?
Isn't that why you contacted me? I'm willing to help because it's the right thing to do. But it means I have to leave him tonight. Leave everything. Did you bring what you were supposed to?
What else do I need to know about your husband?
Lesta is like all young Diwali. You cannot argue with them. You cannot intimidate them. You cannot appeal to their heart. All he cares about is delivering on time. And chasing after women who are not his wife.
Is that why you want to get back at him? Because of something he's done to you?
I have no illusions about who I married. I knew he was ambitious. Eager to please the wrong kinds of men. But I didn't think he would turn into this monster. I want him to test failure. To have to walk home with his tail between his legs.
If I get involved in this, there's a chance he might not walk home at all.
What you do with the information I sell you is up to you. All I care about now is starting over.
I need to know a little more about who you've been talking to about me. Some of these things you say you've heard, the information must have come from somewhere.
It came mostly from Vlasta. There is no name my husband curses more often than yours, and my husband curses a lot.
Sounds like your husband and I are great friends.
I have to admit I was a little scared. I kept telling myself, my husband's enemy is my friend. But some of the things I overheard, they didn't exactly inspire confidence. But now that I've met you, I feel like they cannot be true.
What kinds of things?
The way his men talk about you. They say there is nothing you won't do, no one you won't betray, for the sake of your own agenda. When you asked me to meet you at the Red Queen, of all places. And then when I saw those men listening to our conversation, I don't know. I thought the worst, I suppose. I'm sorry to have doubted you.
All this sneaking around, exposing your husband's criminal activities. How much danger do you think you're in?
I don't know. I was scared waiting inside that damn club. Paranoid. But I think the worst is over. I'll be out of Prague within the hour and he'll never see me again. Assuming you can pay, of course.
Love this game.
For it.
The price of a ticket to Berlin, with enough left over to start my new life. I believe that is what we agreed. They say Berlin is a good city for those wanting to be lost.
Here. The ticket's already been bought, open-ended. You leave when you want.
All right. Thank you. My husband owns a storage locker next to the Palisade Bank. The code is 2565. It is the centerpiece of his operation. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Delara, that Diwali op Vince was digging into? I've got the address of a smuggling locker he was looking for.
Huh, maybe he's still looking. Or maybe he found it some other way. This information, you came by it how exactly?
The informant Vince was supposed to make. I told her I was Vince.
Interesting. You never struck me as the pretending type, Adam. I always assumed what you see is what you get. I should have known better.
Point is, I got a lead. I'll let you know what I find.
Poor woman. Poor woman's family.
They say she was not meant to join.
Žádnej z nich nemá důvod vytáhnout. Státní policie, vyjděte ven! Plechovko, kolikrát jsme ti říkali, že to tady máš vyklidit, no? Řek jsem sklapni! Poslední varování, já teď ven, nebo začnu? Tak dost, na zem!
Biocells, painkiller, right over there.
Relax, brat. The worst that can happen is that you'll get shot.
You want praxis, eh? Biocell, hypostim, painkillers.
I might be interested.
They sell these things.
Yeah, I got that.
Buy something. Что за хуйня?
I'm good for now.
Fuck off then. Next time, maybe not fuck off. Reddit's up front.
Relax, brat. The worst that can happen is that you'll get shot.
I don't know you, and I don't want to know you.
Whatever. Oh, great.
Stop.
I have everything I need.
Daz is the man. He'll... set you up. Daz is the man. He'll set you up.
You need a pick. Credits up front.
pills, painkillers, right over there.
Что за хуйня? You're lucky I don't kill you where... Что за хуйня?
I'll be on my way.
Then get lost.
Biocells, painkillers, right over there.
Dává větší smysl, že ten bombový útočník byl
Sir?
Je to vaše občanská pomoc. I have a permit. It's not like they did.
I just came from the Udalek complex, Felice. Golem City. Those people haven't been relocated. They've been detained. And they're running out of supplies, of space, of hope.
I told you, we cannot control how the government handles Utalek. I was not even permitted to recruit there. If I did, I'd fill my quota in 30 minutes.
Shipping everyone to Rabia doesn't mean things would go differently. Augs are being dehumanized. You don't fix that with eco-friendly architecture.
There are two problems with Utalek. A construction problem and an ideological one. Mr. Brown learned from past mistakes, and now we have checks and balances in place to screen out the undesirable elements.
Checks and balances? What I saw in Golem City goes deeper than security screening.
Really? Then what do you think the problems are?
Sorry, I don't advise on corporate security anymore. Had some bad experiences where contracts were more valuable than people.
I may recruit for Santo, but I am not naive. The capsule apartment looking onto the desert they promised me, I know the view's not even real. It's just a screen. But I don't care. It's a future. What do you have waiting for you?
I'm taking my future day by day. But enjoy your room with a view, Felice.
Spolupráce s příslušníky státní policie je povinná. Pro svou vlastní bezpečnost dbejte jejich pokynů.
acceptable.
Far enough, Hanzar. I need to see your paperwork. No fucking around and nice and slow.
Well, since you asked so nicely.
I'm not paid to be nice. I'm paid to make sure you fuck. Here, everything looks to be up to date. I don't know who sponsors you, but you must have some friends in high places.
Make no trouble.
No loitering in the streets, Og.
Patrol, waiting for orders.
Criminal.
Safer to stay indoors than
Who are you? Who are you? What are you doing here? If Vlasta sees you, he'll... Waiting alone was part of the deal.
Vlasta, huh? What kind of deal? Why are you locked up in here?
I don't know who you are or what you want, but me getting out of here is non-negotiable. You need to leave.
I got a tip about a Diwali smuggling operation being run through here. One that may or may not involve someone I'm looking for. And headed by your friend, Vlasta.
Vlasta is not my friend. He's a necessary evil. Are you some kind of cop? I know all about cops. The ones I met in Golem were very good at introducing themselves.
I'm not like them.
Look, I'm not from here. My name is Olivier. 5 months ago, I was pulled from a train. I didn't have a ticket. They checked my name and saw that in university years ago. I was part of a radical group. 50 students, we were nothing. But it is enough for them to drag me into Golem. Since then, I have spent every minute of every day trying to get out. And now that I'm close, you are not going to ruin it for me.
You're paying the Diwalis to be their cargo. There's gotta be better ways of getting out of Prague.
Not legal ones. Not for me. Vlasta's my best shot of getting past the checkpoints. I got the rest of the money and now he's going to get me all the way to Rabia. I am not going back to Golem. Do you have any idea how bad it is?
Golem was hell. It is hell. I understand doing whatever it takes to get as far away as possible.
If you believe that, then you have to leave. I promised Vince I would follow the rules. If Vlasta finds you here, he'll get paranoid and call off our deal. And then he'll call Vince.
Vince Black? What's his role in all of this?
He's the one I had to pay to get to Vlasta.
You had to pay him where? When's the last time you saw him?
2 days ago, the basement of a convenience store in Davni Obvut. It was not far from the gates. That is all I know. Please, this is my ticket now. Do you understand? Promise me.
I came here to find out what happened to Vince Black. What else can you tell me about your dealings with him?
You pay these cops in Golem a lot of money and they get you to Vince's apartment. Then you pay Vince. Then Vlasta comes to pick up the cargo, so then you pay Vlasta. Vlasta and Vince, they had some kind of fight about money. About the location of this place. Vlasta's men blindfolded me and brought me here, and told me to wait. It's Vlasta! Look, nothing you do here can change the fact that the Diwalis move contraband through the city. It's what they do. It's something they'll always find a way to do. You stop this truck and others will still make it out. The only difference is that I won't be on any of them.
I need to meet Katka at the club by 9.
Katka might have to wait.
Who sent you?
I'm just here to see my friend off, make sure she's in good hands. As long as I have no reason to worry about Olivier, you have no reason to worry about me.
See her off? This look like an airport lounge to you?
I didn't tell anyone. I swear.
Whatever you're going to do, Vlasta, do it quick.
I don't like surprises. When people break my terms, it makes me want to break things. Or maybe not break them, maybe strip them down. Sell them for parts.
You're the boss here, Vlasta. I only came because I was worried about her. But I see now I have no reason to worry. Olivier can take care of herself.
Worried about your friend, huh? How thoughtful of you.
I'm a thoughtful guy. And I'm smart enough to know when I've made a mistake. Shouldn't have come here. Shouldn't have jeopardized her like that.
He's telling the truth. He's a friend of mine. He followed me because he was worried.
Vlasta, we need to move.
All right. Okay, friend. Time for you to leave now. But if anything goes wrong because of you, if I have any reason to regret this, Olivier won't get where she needs to go. You understand?
I'm not gonna do anything that puts her in danger.
Keep it down.
City has gone to hell.
Jestli v tom fakt jedou, jak to zastavit? Nemůžu se dočkat.
Delara, I found Vince. You were right to have a bad feeling.
What are you saying, Adam? Is he...
Yeah.
He should have been pulled months ago. It's all over his profile. Vince lost his edge. A person tries to be two things at once, sometimes he ends up not being either of them. He becomes lost.
I'll take your word for it. I'm gonna let you be the one to break this to Miller.
Right. Of course. Be careful out there, Adam.
přímo tady ve
My
městě.
wife is going to kill me. Sir?
Another one.
What's going on? Seem to have quieted down. Here we go. What the hell? Back up down here. Here we go. That garbage. Moving from cover. Get them off. I'm not seeing anything unusual. You? Too quiet. I need a hit. Moving from current position. Fire today. Was it something? Have you seen anything else?
Waiting for orders.
Skoro mi připadá, že jsme v komutu s Rusákama. Skoro mi připadá, že jsme v komutu s
I'm not seeing
Rusákama.
anything unusual. You?
Když se něco stane, vyřídíme to. Ten hajzel leze do řítí a dostane povýšení.
Rather, stay quiet.
Celý oddělení je skorumpovaný.
I'm not seeing anything unusual. You?
Hlavně v klidu.
Just make it through this shift.
Celý oddělení je skorumpovaný.
Can't defend against that kind of team. You spotted something?
Hlavně buď ve střehu. Hezký vybavení.
City has gone to hell.
Vážně jsme k něčemu dobrý.
Celý oddělení je skorumpovaný. Je docela klid. Vážně jsme k něčemu dobrý. Skoro mi připadá, že jsme hlavně buď ve střehu. Celý oddělení je skorumpované. Hajzl leze do řiti a dostane povýšení. Je docela klid. Skoro mi připadá, že se komou s rusákama. Všechno vidí.
Nothing yet.
Okay, you there?
Who is this? How'd you get this number?
I did what you asked. Samizdat should have no problem getting its message out now. You remember our deal?
Oh, yeah. I don't compromise whatever little game you're playing over at that import company.
Try to keep a low profile. If Picus wasn't gunning for you before, they will be now.
Don't worry. Just make sure you remember who the good guys are.
Have you seen anything else? Rather, stay quiet.
zleze do říky a dostane povýšení.
Got anything?
Can't even trust the department.
Move along.
You interested in some hacking software, maybe?
Welcome, welcome.
Nice gear you've got here.
All high-end. And you look like you know high-end. Which biotech did your job? Not Isolate. They don't come in black.
You try this on all your customers?
Just the ones made of carbon fiber. As one enthusiast to another, you can tell me.
Gonna have to disappoint you.
Maybe you can make it up to me. You look like the kind of man who might have access to breach software.
That stuff's illegal.
Come on, man, don't play around. You know why it's illegal. You know the world governments don't want us to find out their dirty secrets, but...
Sure.
Great. Go ahead. This is fantastic. The cause is very, very grateful. Take this. A gift for a true freedom fighter. Seen it all before, haven't you?
Some other time.
Don't wait for planned obsolescence.
Reporting to you live.
What's wrong with him?
The original digital rock. When he got pinned.
Whew. Will you look at that? Oh, hey. Adam, what's going on?
Miller sent me to...
Checking my progress? Really? I said it would be done when it's done. You can't rush these things, Adam. Excellence takes time.
Right. So...
Well, I was right. Am I good or am I good?
What did you find?
Oh, just some isolated fragments from what looks like the bomb's timing mechanism. And get this, it's a Stanek.
Stanek? The bomb's timing mechanism was a wristwatch?
Well, to address your incredulous tone, a mechanical timing mechanism is not as silly as it sounds. Security scanners can detect anything with a suspicious electronic circuit, so using a low-tech solution is really clever.
Stanek watches are custom-made locally. I think I'll pay the shop a visit.
It's probably closed. Let's see if I can find you a second option. Yeah, got it. Nomad Stanek, founder and owner of the store, lives in the Davnia Vod district near Pilgrim Station. That's Putnik Nadraji in Czech, I think. Building number 96, second floor.
Nice, I'll check it out.
Great, let me know how it goes.
Of course the police don't want Rucker's death has got everything on the webcam.